Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2022, the Youth Academy Chance Save with Beira-Mar, and today is the day we are reviewing the season and how things have gone. And given what happened yesterday, I don't know what else I can really do to impress the board at this point, especially now that I've got an A+ in the manager performance box, and quite frankly, that says it all. Also, Tavares, he's kind of been an unsung hero for me this year, and that says a lot, despite the fact he's been one of the weaker players. But either way, let's go with the season review and see what we can find. Also, I find Rafa for being so bad in that last game, it was not even funny. A 6.0 rating in the game that crowned us champions. What can you do? As the club is in such a poor financial position, I'd recommend you rely on the youth system and facilities at your disposal to figure out your team. Kind of didn't already. Okay, we've finally got here, and Sport Club Beira-Mar are going to celebrate the end of season review. It shouldn't take very long because we didn't make any signings. We sold 2 players in JLAB, who literally didn't play a single game for his new club. While Dimitri ended up leaving for Brazil, he didn't do very well at all, and I kind of feel justified in my decision right now. Rafa, oh dear. He didn't play a lot, and we decided to end up keeping him at the club and using him ourselves anyway, because he wasn't getting game time. He only played 1 time for this team. We brought him back, and 6.47. I think that's for us. That's the scary part here. Season results, we finished top. No, we finished 3rd in our group, then we ended up winning the entire division outright. And I still don't know how we've done that. We're only expected to fight Brave against relegation. That's the worst part. I got told to fight Brave against relegation, and then I literally get called into a meeting when I'm in the relegation thing that I could lose my job. And I'm thinking, well, why? Why am I in the version of lose my job? Ironically enough, that meeting ended up making us better because we ended up winning the games we needed to win to get to the stage where we won this division. So, in a way, it was kind of needed. That's the Portugal. We were not doing very good here. We should have got to the 3rd round. We lost to a team in the hit below us, and we shouldn't have done that. So, annoying. And there we go. Biggest win, the 4-0 win away from home against Livia de Hospital in the league. And the match, remember, was a 2-0 victory against Cova de Pietra, because I think that was the game that got us to be in the promotion group. The Massa with the goal of the season in the first game of the season. So, yes, we saw it live ourselves, so we know what that goal's about. I'm not going to go try and see it because I don't really care enough to. Sponsorship, nothing really changed. Broadcast revenue's gone up. 440,000. How did that work out? I don't know how that's worked out, but okay. Corporate hospitality, we managed to make an extra 5 grand. We made a loss of 1,000 in the matchday commercial retail. Literally all it is. And prize money, the same as last year. And the merchandise, we made £121,000, which is kind of impressive, especially when we realize that only 12.15 of that is non-domestic. We sold 1,674 shirts. Moisa Jr., Sandoval, Alves, Brian, and Rafa were the biggest shirt sales. The winger, Rafa Fonseca, not Rafa the defender, thankfully. And we're doing well there. How we lined up? Surprisingly, despite everything, most top players actually got a 7.0 rating at least, with the exception of Alves, Calbahas, and Sacra. Though Alves was also on international duty at times, so I suppose it shouldn't be too shocking. Yes, Almeida got a 7.22 rating, Adson a 7.12, Tavares again a 7.28 rating, as well as Casanova again a 7.24. Showing to the defense, really saved us this year. Brian in his new position of 7.1, Breda in a 7.02 rating in the DM position, Moisa Jr. was 7.06, Sandoval, despite only getting 11 goals this year, still got a 7.2 rating. So that's at least 4 players who got a 7.2 rating or higher. Accolades, I don't have anything yet. I'm probably going to get the manager of the year though somehow. Tavares was the player of the season because he was the best player of the season. Young player of the season was Sandoval. Marcel was the player who got the goal of the season. Sandoval got the most goals. Adson got 6 assists, being the most assists. Tavares got 4 player of the matches. And he also got the highest average rating and the most passes completed per 90, 127. Which, given he's apparently not good at passing, is still really impressive. Sacra's hat-trick is the first time we ever got a hat-trick goal this year. And it was good to see that we did it in 1 match. Almeida got 19 clean sheets, which again shows you how good we were defensively at this time. Adson's discipline was the worst, 10 yellow cards and 1 red, which is not ideal. While Diego Tavares has got the most league appearances, 145. Sandoval has got the most league goals, 41. So again, really good. History in the making. Your hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded at our end of season awards ceremony. The fact we won League of 3 is still impressive to me, and I don't know how we've done that. And there you go. So players now inducted into the overall best 11. I mean, it's only been 2 seasons so far, and it's not surprising that we are seeing players get inducted into this. João Pinto's still in that list as starting player, but we do have a few people. Only 2 players who got inducted, it looks like. David Alves and Ivanildo Correa are in this team still, which is useful. The best 11 is this. Almeida, Adson Tavares, João Pinto, Brian, Breda, Mauricio Jr., David Alves, Damasa, Sacra, Sandova. On the bench, you got Rafa, Casanova, Ferreira. Yes, I actually used Ferreira once upon a time. Is he still playing? No, he's hired. He actually retired after we let him go. Interesting. Fonseca, Cabajas, Correa, and Colas, who's also... He has retired, but he's now a coach, and a very bad one at that. Not just a scout. Never mind. He's not very good, is he, at his job, so I don't see anyone picking him up anytime soon. But yes, end of season rewards. The fact that Sandova and Casanova both gone at 20% is kind of useful. Good to see that's the case. And this club should be proud of his golden generation, with Casanova, Alves, Cabajas, Monteiro, Antunes, Correa, and Paredes all progressing through the ranks this year. It's kind of useful to know that's the case. Club vision. This would be fun. Okay. Can I negotiate a few things, like get rid of the, I don't know, policy to sign them sell players? Can I get rid of these 2 policies? That's what I ask. Defensive football we can do, possession football we could do, maintenance set pieces we could do, as well as the high tempo pressing game. I've done that in the past. They want me to fight brave against relegation, which honestly, I would be shocked if we weren't able to do that. They're very, very much demanding that. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, okay. I will confirm this. I didn't want to do this, but I'm being forced into that. Sign place with profit, I was probably going to have to do it anyway at some point. But fight brave against relegation. The fact we are in this division next year is kind of scary. I'm not sure I'm enjoying the idea of it, but there we go. End of season meeting. We're going to tell the players you've all done brilliantly to get us promoted, and even though we'll probably come back down, I'm giving you all the chance to fight as hard as possible against relegation. Only 2 players really said yes, but okay. The fact that there's not really a lot being said is useful, but at the same time, I don't think there's a lot need to be said, really. So we're good. And apparently the slightly disappointed that they're less unaffected. I mean, it's kind of not surprising because we were already in a good position anyway. So I don't think it need to be said a lot. But yeah, oh my god, look at this. Everything is probably the worst right now. Oh dear. So we've got a lot of leadership, and that's useful. And then it's just positions, literally. Oh, also handling's good. Reflexes are good. They have very high levels of individual and collective teamwork, which is good. Aggression's good. And that's literally all there is for positives. Not good, is it? So we've got to look at this and ask ourselves, at what point should we be concerned? I'm going to go and see who gets promoted and who gets relegated. And we're also going to see who wins the Taça de Portugal, because Benfica won it last year. Porto are going to look to win it this year, but Belenenses are also going to want to win it since they're rebranding and all that stuff. So, that's some final. Porto absolutely destroyed them. Good luck. And our under-19s have also survived in the Portuguese under-19s first division. Congratulations, you've done it. The fact they literally survived by what results between teams, it feels like? Yes, results between teams is literally what they survived by. Cool. And they beat our main rivals under-19s team. So we have survived in the Portuguese first division in the under-19s. Sweet. Okay, we might just in the end of the season. We've got a new sponsor, apparently, a 2-year deal worth 200,000. It was up by 20 grand, which is honestly not a lot when you think about it. But broadcast going up as well. Everything going up. It looks like things are potentially able to find money. The fact we made 128,000 is kind of useful as well. New scouting budget of 40,000. We're not doing much. This is an issue. We've also paid out 195,000. That doesn't seem like it's taking money out of the overall balance, which is useful to know. Unless we've just made some money from this. Unless the sponsor just covered that up for us. But Canales are up with us. Oh my god, 3 teams have literally won promotion 2 years running. And we were the worst of the bunch in the end. Only the 21st best team, and we got promoted. Canales, who are the 14th best team, got promoted as well. And Gondomar, who we beat, were also the 8th best team. They're gone up. So Academica are now gone down. Let's actually compare something useful. Team details. Possession-wise, 67% we got, and that's useful. Alphaco was paying 2.27 million. We were paying 499,000, and we've won this division. I don't know about you, but that's a sign. I mean, clean sheets, we ran away with it. 7 more than anyone else. I think this is what won us the league. I really do think our defense is what won us the league, and that for me is a very good sign for the future, I feel. If we can do this in other divisions, then maybe we could be really good. Expected goals against, we're the 5th lowest in the entire division, and goals for. Expected goals per game is what I'm looking at here. We're actually only 16th, so we weren't very good in that. So it wasn't like we were amazing at attacking, which is really good defensively. And now we're going to look at this sponsorship stuff. We've got 240,000 in sponsorship, which is not a lot of money when you think about it. But we do have the biggest stadium in this division, and that's useful. If we look at this division, we're up. Canales and Gondomar are also up. So the 3 of the 4 teams that went up last year are now up again this year. So 2 straight promotions for all 3 of us. We are becoming rivals with them, I swear. Canales actually beat us to the title last year as well. So we have gone ahead and decided, yeah, we're actually going to do what we want. Nacional did not get promoted in the end, but Academica going down along with Rennes and Real, which means that one of our main rivals is not going to be staying up. So Academica is one of our main rivals, and they literally get relegated to the year we got promoted. Oh dear. At least Rennes are staying up. Is it Rennes? I just say this team's name, I actually don't know, but at least they're staying up. I got a problem where I actually don't know whether I should rehire or resign someone. I also just lost my B team manager. Let's find him. Yeah, Santiago's resigned as a manager. I wanted to give him a contract, but he refused to accept the contract. So he's left us after a year. So this may be an issue with the B team. We keep on losing our managers left, right, and center. And I kind of need a good person to take over that role. I really do. Yes, the problem I'm having is Fonseca. I don't know if I should be re-signing him or not. He actually wants less money, but the problem is he wants to be an important player. He's not an important player. In fact, if I was looking at happiness, I would probably say that he should be this, even though he's been playing as an important player. I've also had a breakdown of the talks. I actually accepted, I made a deal with him, but then I rejected it. I actually don't know if I should be signing him or not, and I'm slightly concerned that he's not good enough for the division. I mean, he's not even good enough for this division, and yet he got us the winning goal. He got 7 goals and 4 assists still. So it's not like we can't perform. It's just I'm more concerned about the fact that, you know, I don't know what to do with him because he's 32. I don't really want to give him a 2-year deal because I feel like that would be just asking for trouble, especially if he declines. I'm actually honestly thinking of just letting him go. But the problem here is this. My next best player is Sakura on that side. And he's not amazing. He has got a 2-year deal. He's been paid 230 a week. And he has done okay. If I was to compare him to Fonseca, Fonseca's easily better. And I don't know what to do. Do I take the risk and just let Fonseca go? Or do I just use Sakura there instead and let the other players on either side play? Because also, we've got this guy coming through as an inverted winger, inside forward, and there's not a lot of difference between the 2 of them, which kind of shows you the lack of quality we have on the left-hand side, and even the wingers, really. So we don't have a lot of talent. It's just like the young talent that are coming through are not amazing. And if we go to the right-hand side of the pitch, we're getting rid of Damaso. That is an absolute guarantee. We're getting rid of him. He's not good enough anymore. But then we've got the likes of Calbahas, who I don't think is good enough either. And if we compare him to Fonseca, you can see why there might be an issue here. It's a no contest. And then we compare him to Sakura as well. It's less of a no contest, but it's still not amazing. And then you've also got the likes of Bourne as well, who is, I'll argue, is probably a bit better overall, but is not better in all the areas we need him to be better in. So it's a little concerning that we have this issue right now. And I don't know what to do. So we're going to have a look at this and ask ourselves, do we take a gamble and get rid of Rafael Fonseca, the man who literally scored the winning goal for us last time out? Or do we just decide we're going to go with this? Because he could also play as a striker too, as well as an embody. So he can play him on all 3 wings. But he wants too much money and he wants too long of a deal. So I don't know what to do at this point in time. So I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do. So we're going to look at this. We're going to try to find a B team manager because we kind of need to do that just to be on the safe side. So let's find a manager for the B team and go on from there, yeah? I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so we've got 2 options here for manager. Carlos Chapina, who is not amazing, but he has the tactical style and the formation we're looking for. And we have Vladimir Rocha. He's better, but he doesn't have the formation I'm looking for, the 4-4-2 diamond. So do I do this decision? Because it means that we have another option if we needed it. So that's going to be useful. So I might actually sign Rocha. I'm going to decide. Yeah, Rocha's the man. He's the better manager. And we're going to actually have an option, another tactic anyway, in case we needed it. And hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me to get that manager. Okay, so here we are. This is a problem I have with Fonseca. He's inconsistent. He's only good enough for the 4th tier. I will never let him choose his option, but then he kind of wants to demand he is a... I'm going to try and make a squad play be a thing. He's locked that... No, he's not locked it in. A regular starter. Regular starter, that's fine. It's better than an important player. So here's the thing. We're going to get rid of this. So it's actually already less than before, but he's 32 and he's gone down from 675 to 400. I'm going to try and get it even lower to 325. 350? So I can do that and then I can change it afterwards. But issue with this is I'm going to have someone who's probably not going to be very happy afterwards. So I'm making this decision. It's a stupid one because he's so old and he'll probably overtake it at some point by some of the younger players. But I feel like because of how good he is compared to all the other players in that position, I have no choice but to do that, which is not ideal to say the least. Strength and depth, we're very weak. Very, very weak. I think the lineup will effectively be the same if we can help it for now. Fonseca is probably going to have to not play as much as he wants. With Thomas Bonds coming through, along with Carvajal as well on the bench. And maybe even Goodin if he really needs to be put there, being played. Sandova, it's kind of vital we keep him at the club at this point. Since, you know, best player by some distance. And it's a star player for the team, even by the media's rights. Yeah, the media kind of says he's the star player, but Tama is the potential hot prospect. So that's the concern here. So if we were to compare some players right now, Diego Almeida to Loreo, you can see why Almeida is kind of in the first team and kind of being forced to be in the first team right now. Now, Loreo is actually getting better and is actually the best shot stopper, distribution and aerial presence, as well as got better speed, but he's not got much more to talk about, and we kind of need him to improve his ability sooner rather than later before we've already thrown in the first team. So that's the thing why we're the team here. With Casanova being as he is, and if we compare him to Tavares, kind of what you need to look at here and ask, who's the better player? You've got to say they both had their differences. Tavares is the more aerially present player, but Casanova is probably the better player overall in terms of speed, vision, and attacking ability. But that's also the fact that we have Casanova who can also be a wing back if we need him to be. I don't want him to be, but it might be forced into doing that. And the fact that we got the 2 main defenders being here and the physicals and the mentals kind of point in Casanova's favour is not ideal for us here. But again, what can you really do? We're looking at Brian and Paredes, and this is what the problem is right now. Paredes is never going to be in the first team right now. It's kind of obvious why there's an issue here, and Brian can also play in the midfield and in a lot of positions. So Brian at the age of 26 is so vital for us right now. He really is. The fact that they can't scout Paredes is kind of concerning to me, but okay. But Paredes could also play as a centre-back as well as a midfielder as well if he ever was forced into it. I don't want him to be, but he could absolutely do the role if he needs to. So these 2 players could do more for us. It just needs to give some game time to Paredes in the future and give him some experience. I mean, Rafa is not terrible, but he's not amazing compared to Adsan. And then you've got the player that is probably going to be the man that will need to be replacing him. And oh dear. Yeah, concerns already. But then you got Odar Marias, and he's not as bad, but he's still pretty bad. So we kind of need to work on a few players here, we really do. So if we look at the DMs, and I say DMs as Montero is now apparently French. I don't know when he became French, but if we look at the DM position, I think Montero is the man we could look at maybe as looking at as a sign to replace him, to replace Luis Breda, but also, if for some ungodly reason we needed to do this, and I really don't want to be doing this, but if we need to bring Ivan Nildo Correa in the DM role, there is a world where this is forced into brought into existence. I don't want that to be the case. And then you got Thiago Cassell, who, I'm going to be honest, is not as bad as fearing. Yes, he's a terrible player right now, but compared to this is not as bad as fearing would be. And I'm a bit surprised by that. I am going to be honest with you. Mauricio Jr. versus David Alves. Now, Alves is the blue, Jr. is the green. Who is the better player? I say Mauricio Jr. right now. I mean, it's kind of obvious he is, but there's a lot of areas that Alves is looking better in. But then you've got the other player who would probably have to come in the future and actually replace Alves or Mauricio Jr. in the future. And that is Correa. Now, it's easy to see that Correa is not as good, but from him on the bench from time to time is useful. And Correa is better aerially. But again, it's not in the world. I think it's not the best idea either. Fonseca, we have literally just offered a contract, so this could go very badly if we're very desperate. Sakura, we know why we are looking at him. We then have got Calbahas, who again is not amazing. And then we've got Thomas Bonds, who is not even anywhere good compared to Fonseca in any position. So, good times. We've got Sakura and Antunes, and honestly, this is probably the closest fight in terms of actual attributes. And I've got to say here now, while Sakura is good at times, he's also very inconsistent. But so can the same Kavisa Antunes, who actually got really bad injuries. So this year was kind of hampering his progress in injuries. It's not ideal to say the least. This is the main man I'm looking at and thinking, yeah, he could replace him. And that's saying a lot. We've also got Fernando Martins. Remember this guy? The guy we literally had in our last youth intake? Yeah, the winger who's not the inside forward or inverted winger. He could be the man that replaces him. I'm going to be saying this here now. He's got 4 years left in his contract, so we've got plenty of time to work with him. But again, it could be ideal. Sandova versus Petama. Not even a contest. Apart from the fact that Petama has got the better striking ability. He's got the better finishing and aggression. But that's really all he has outside of balance on his side. As well as leadership and off the ball and composure. But again, he's not amazing. It's kind of a no contest. Then we got Pinto, Lucas Pinto, who again is not amazing, but he's not terrible either. In fact, I think Pinto gets more of a fight than Petama right now, and that says a lot. So we've got players that can come in and do some damage for us, and we just got to make sure we actually give the team a lot of time to work with. Also, I'm looking at this now. Pinto, where are you? Pinto is 6'3", and he's been playing the wings by my under 18 managers for some bizarre reason. But he's only played 5 times. I barely played this guy because of Sandova being so good. But he's not let me down that much. So I've given him his debut before now. And if we were to compare him to Petama, I say Petama's not as good as him right now. And that's me being honest. Both players are poachers. But while Petama has been playing more, I think I should give more time to Pinto next time. But that's a thing for another day. Either way, I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. Do you see my predicament where I'm potentially going to struggle this year in the second tier? Or do you think I'll be okay? I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys like and share this video. And that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. Let me know down in the comments below. Are we screwed for next year? Because I think we're going to struggle to survive. I really do. But either way, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.